Late one evening, a group of friends gathered at a house and decided to entertain themselves in a pretty questionable way. They sat around the coffee table and set up their own version of a spirit board. At first, it all looked pretty dumb. The guys were laughing, teasing each other, and not taking any of it seriously. But soon something happened that instantly made them regret this game. Take a look. It all happened so fast that no one present even had time to understand anything. The guys are in a full-blown panic, and it doesn't look like anyone's sick prank. Because how could anyone fake a glass flying up into the air? That's exactly what confuses viewers the most and makes them believe something otherworldly was present. On the 9th of September, 2024, a young woman living alone came face to face with something genuinely terrifying. Late at night, she was recording a video of herself singing for her mom when she suddenly heard a knock at the door. She decided to film it, and here's what came out of it.
¿Quién? ¿Quién anda ahí? ¿Qué es eso?
As she approached the door, a dark hand flashed through the glass panel above it. But the moment she opened the door and stepped out onto the porch, there was no one there. Only some weird piece of cloth suddenly rose from the floor and flew off to who knows where. The woman complains that after that night, things only got worse. This thing started coming to her almost every single day. Take a look.
Mami, te grabo este video porque están tocando constantemente la puerta. Y están pasando cosas que no son normales. ¿Quién? ¿Quién?
When she tried to fall asleep, she heard those strange sounds again and again, that dark hand. But as soon as she stepped out onto the porch, once more, there was nobody there. This time though, when she came back inside, she saw someone sharply yanking the bedsheet in her room. And as you've already guessed, the prankster was nowhere to be found. The next night, everything repeated. But this time, she decided to just stand still and not open the door, hoping it would leave.
Están pasando cosas que no son normales, cosas o hechos paranormales. Subí un video hace días de los cuales en los comentarios me decían que había una mano encima de la puerta.
Right before her eyes, a glass on the table began moving on its own. And the dark hand appeared above the door once again. Unable to endure these constant creepy events, she decided to pack her stuff and go stay with her mom for a week. But it looks like she has no plans of ever coming back. And honestly, good call. What do you think? A guy who lived alone in his house shared a creepy incident that happened to him one night. It all started around midnight when he suddenly woke up to a strange noise coming from the kitchen. Sleepy and slightly annoyed, he got out of bed and decided to check what the hell was going on. And here's what he saw.
Babe, what are you doing in the dark?
After the video was published, viewers started throwing out all kinds of theories. Some say it's staged, others are convinced the camera captured something truly creepy. However, if you rewatch the video more carefully, the answer becomes obvious. Cheap editing with overlaid frames. A shame, really, because it all looked genuinely creepy. A guy named Joel spent several days living inside a real-life horror movie. He started noticing things in his home that he simply couldn't explain. It all began one night when a sudden crash came from the kitchen. Take a look.
Se sigue escuchando, la verdad ya no soporto estar aquí. Ya no aguanto. ¿Qué será? No hay nada, raza. Esto ya se está saliendo de control, raza. Ya no puedo estar aquí, raza.
After calming down a bit, he returned to the bedroom and tried to fall asleep. But the moment he closed his eyes, strange sounds began echoing through the house again.
Raza, son las 3 de la mañana, se siguen escuchando muchos ruidos allá afuera. Quieren abrir la puerta, raza. ¿Qué está pasando? Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío, líbrame del mal. Desde que compré ese espejo, raza. Ay.
Realizing something was off, Joel decided to keep his camera rolling, and soon enough, the situation repeated itself.
Gente, esto ya se salió de control, gente. Ya no puedo más aquí, gente. Ayuda. ¿Qué quieres? Déjenme en paz. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? ¿Qué quieres?
This time, he heard different sounds, but coming from the locked bathroom. Yet, when he stepped out, once again, he found no one. And on the fourth day, things only got worse, starting with the now familiar knocking at the door.
Están tocando la puerta del baño. Desde que compré estos espejos están pasando todas las cosas. La madre.
Later that same night, when he tried to pull himself together at least a little, something happened that scared him even more.
Es la 1 de la mañana, acaban de prender la luz de la sala. Desde que compré ese espejo están pasando todas las cosas raras. A la madre. ¿Qué fue eso? Eso se está saliendo de control ya.
The creepiest part of this whole story is that, judging by what's happening, this thing has no intention of leaving him alone, and with each passing day, it seems to be getting bolder, slowly closing in on its victim. So if I were Joel, I wouldn't stay in that house a second longer. No thanks. A group of Brazilian ghost hunters set out for an old cemetery, and as you've probably already guessed, not without a reason. Long before that, a young woman had tragically died in a car accident. The story is sad on its own, but soon disturbing rumors began spreading around it. According to the cemetery workers, sometime after the funeral, they allegedly spotted the silhouette of a girl on several occasions. They claimed they saw her wandering among the graves. It was these stories that caught the researchers' attention, and that's why they ended up there.
Tá escutando? Tô. Arranhando, mano? É. Tem alguém aí? Mano, ô Yuri! Yuri! É ela, mano!
Lucas,
Cadê ela? É ela?
Lucas, vem pra cá, vem pra cá.
Olha aqui meu braço, cara, que é isso, mano?
É ela. Vambora.
Como que ela tá se manifestando aqui na estrada ao mesmo tempo, mano?
Não sei. Tá olhando?
Mano do céu, eu tô inteiro arrepiado. Sai daqui, sai. Ele tá vindo atrás.
After the video was published, opinions were divided. Skeptics believe it could have been a perfectly ordinary person who accidentally wandered into the cemetery or decided to pull a creepy prank. Others believe it really was that same girl, unable to leave this world behind. What do you think? I'll be waiting for your theory down in the comments. This story starts off pretty funny. On camera, a worried young woman is filming her mom trying to catch a huge rat in the laundry room. The situation looks quite comical if it weren't for something else caught on the recording.
I'm waiting for it to come out. There's this huge freaking rat in our living room. Our laundry room right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, wait, let me try to open the door. Hold on. Oh my god. It's right there in the basket. Oh my god. Mom, you gotta get it. Mom, I'm gonna try. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Get the baby, Mom.
The most attentive viewers notice something resembling a human head, and the creepiest part is that this shadow wasn't there the whole time, it only appeared in certain frames. If the story had ended there, everything could have been chalked up to a trick of the light or an odd camera angle, but just a couple of weeks later, something far creepier happened. The woman's son was playing with his toy car, equipped with a surveillance camera. He was just driving it around the house, trying to follow the dog, and at some point, he drove into the laundry room. Now, listen closely to the surrounding sounds. You heard that sinister voice. And that wasn't all. Continuing to chase the mutt, the boy captured yet another unexplainable thing. The woman later explained that the pieces of the kid's playmat locked together very tightly, so the wind theory is definitely ruled out. She's convinced there really is something unexplainable in the house, possibly even the spirit of her late grandmother. In short, whatever it is, it remains a mystery that keeps haunting their family. What do you think? I'll be waiting for your theory down in the comments. A security guard's job is usually considered one of the most boring in the world. You just sit there while the hours drag on endlessly. But sometimes it's exactly these shifts that turn into a real horror story. At first, the guy thought he'd missed something. He rewatched the footage over and over, trying to figure out where that person could have gone. But every time, the result was the same. The figure simply stops existing. So what did the camera actually capture? A strange play of light and shadow? Or something far more disturbing? Something capable of vanishing right before your eyes? What do you think? If you've ever caught something on camera that gave you chills, or if there's a haunted video out there you think deserves a spot in our next compilation, send it my way at mrvokran@gmail.com. Now let's get back to it. On the TikTok account King Lavender, a video appeared that genuinely chills you to the bone. The footage is a clip from a surveillance camera, recorded at a hotel where the author was temporarily staying, waiting for the power to come back after the devastating Hurricane Milton, which left the entire area in the dark. The guy said that at night, when the electricity finally came back on, he managed to film something absolutely terrifying. Take a look. Behind the counter, a strange humanoid creature can be seen, making unpleasant noises. Could this creepy being be something that ended up there by accident because of the hurricane? Maybe, but the author admits he has no idea what the hell that thing is, and it scared him half to death. If these stories gave you chills, hit subscribe so you never miss the next one. Drop a comment below telling me which story creeped you out the most. And don't forget to like this video if you made it to the end. See you in the next one.